My earliest memories aren't pleasant ones. There was a lot of screaming, a lot of pain, scars panning every inch of skin I could see. All I can remember is my grandparents, for some reason, never showed me any kind of love. They've told me about how my mama died giving birth to me, and my papa just wasn't around. For a while, I was convinced that I wasn't meant to be alive, that I was the reason that my mama died, that I wasn't meant to be loved. My own papa left me behind after all. This went on for 16 years. I was only able to keep track by a cruel trick they played on me. However, it was one night that I heard a voice. I couldn't see who it was, but I could hear them clearly. It was a warm, comforting voice.
You cannot stay here. I have limited time. But if you want to live, then there's one thing I can tell you before I have to go. You need to run and find the lilies.
It was all that I needed to dart out of the house, away from my grandparents, away from all the pain and suffering. All I could remember was wanting to find a place far away, a place where I could feel safe. Eventually, I was in the next town over. I practically had nothing, so all I could do was sing on the streets. But somehow, my voice ended up being my savior. La la, la la, la 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 la.
That was a rough mission.
La la la, la 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 la, la la, la 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 la.
That kid.
La 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 la, la 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 la, la la.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
Thanks for the healing spell. You patched up the nasty cut I got.
Wait, what?
You're singing. It activated a healing spell and fixed my cut. See?
I didn't know I could do that?
Huh. I'm surprised. The spell did the trick pretty quickly. You had no idea you could cast magic? You're not in a good spot, huh, kid? I understand if you're hesitant to tell me. But you need to answer me this. Do you have anywhere to call home?
No.
I understand if you don't choose to believe me, but I work with this group that's trying to make the world a better place. I think we could use someone like you. I can tell you need somewhere to call home. The leader is really nice, and I'm sure she'd be willing to take you in. Do you want to come with me?
You sure it's okay?
Of course. Come on, I'll show you the place.
All right.
Do you have a name, by the way?
It's Aurora.
Back from the mission already? That was supposed to be a tough one.
Oh, believe me, it was. If it weren't for this kid, I'd be coming back pretty beat up.
Kid? Ah, a little scrap you got in your arms.
I don't think it's a good idea to call her that. Does she have nowhere to go?
Yeah, kid's got no home. I think she's in a tough spot. Is Leader back yet?
I feel like I just saw her. Huh. Leader, we got a newcomer!
Coming! Alright, who's the newcomer?
Over here, Leader. It's a little kid.
What's your name, sweetheart?
Aurora.
I see. Where did you find her? She looks like a wreck.
I found her on the side of the street singing. She managed to use a healing spell without knowing it herself. She healed up my wound earlier today from that mission.
I told you not to go on that mission by yourself, and yet you go anyway. Granted, thanks to Miss Aurora, you're alright.
Say, Leader, were we talking about needing someone to heal?
She's a singer, though. Aren't clerics the only people that can heal?
Now guys, bards could heal almost as well as clerics. She actually could be a great addition to the Silver Lilies. Aurora, do you want to stay here with me and the others?
Is it really okay to stay? You won't hurt me, right?
What? God, no. Why would someone hurt someone like you? Guys, pull together what we can. We're gonna make room for Miss Aurora, okay?
And from that day on, I was taken in by a guild called Silver Lilies. It was a place where people who had done terrible things in their lives came to change into better people, to try and make the world a better place. There were people who had done nothing wrong like myself, but there were people who struggled with crime, drugs, and alcohol. But they came here to change, and Leader was there every step of the way to help them.
Young lady, it's time to get up. Come on, it's time to see the sunrise.
I'm so sleepy, though.
Oh, that won't do. Up you go. See? It's much better to wake up seeing the sunrise, right?
It's so pretty.
Did you know that this is what your name means?
Huh?
Your name is Aurora. It means dawn. That's what we're looking at right now.
I never knew that. I was brought there as a healer. Many of the members went around doing missions. A lot of them got hurt since they were fighting monsters, so I was in charge of patching them up. Some were stubborn, to say the least.
If you know what's good for ya, stay still so Aurora can fix you up.
Told you I'm fine. A little cut never killed a bear.
But we need to stitch that cut close so it doesn't get infected.
Come on.
Come on!
Fine. Damn it.
I don't think the needle is supposed to go in my hand.
There, knocked him out. Hurry. Hurry and stitch it before he wakes up.
All right. Leader was always really worried about me. She knew I didn't know much of the world, so she proceeded to teach me as much as she could. In a short amount of time, I learned so much. I learned how to read and write, and about various subjects, even some embarrassing ones. She even had one of the members teach me Elvish, since I didn't have much pride in my heritage.
Hey there! The leader asked me to teach you how to speak Elvish.
Elvish?
Yep, it's the language spoken by elves. You're a half-elf, so it might be useful to know it.
Oh.
Look, I know your folks weren't the most supportive of your heritage, but I say to hell with those freaks! Elves are awesome! There's our happy girl. Look, you're no different from everyone here, but you should take pride in who you are. You don't have to change overnight, but let's start learning Elvish, okay?
Okay. Education wasn't the only thing my leader was worried about. She was really worried about the state my body was in. One time, when she was helping me change... Leader?
Sorry. There's just a big scar on your back right there. They put you through hell, didn't they?
I always found her looking at my back when she thought I couldn't see. Leader always took really good care of me, though. She even wanted me to follow my dreams despite being the guild's healer.
Aurora! We got you something.
What's up?
Well, we were thinking that, as a bard, you should be able to pursue your passion. So, we teamed up to get you some equipment.
I got you a lute. It shouldn't be too hard to learn how to play with your singing.
Is it really okay for me to have this?
Of course it is. Don't get me started on what our leader did.
Well, I think wearing my old oversized clothes wouldn't look so good in the long term, so I made you a dress. I think it's still a bit big, but I believe you would look adorable in it. Hey, cool the waterworks, kiddo. Go put it on for everyone, okay?
Does it look alright?
It looks perfect. The purple looks so good on you.
It looks perfect on you, kid.
Oh, look at you! Looks like you just upgraded from bard to princess.
It looks perfect. You look like a bard.
Leader always made sure that I felt loved and appreciated. Sometimes, I wondered if this is what it felt like to have a mother. I once wanted to ask her if I could call her that, but one night, when I tried to go to her when I couldn't sleep, I overheard something that I wish I didn't.
I mean, I would love to bring Aurora on a mission for a change. But don't you think we need to ask her mother?
Huh? I thought Aurora had no place to call home.
Let's be honest, leader. You're basically Aurora's mother.
You're always worrying about the girl. That's exactly what a mom is like.
Maybe we should get Aurora to call her Mommy.
Don't you dare call me her damn mother! I'm no one's mother. Let alone hers.
Since then, I never brought it up. Sometimes I wondered if she felt ashamed being called my mother. Regardless, Silver Lilies was my family, my home. I loved each and every one of them.
I'm back! Alright, where's our little bard?
I'm over here!
I'm home, kiddo! Were you a good girl while I was gone?
Of course!
Dude, you should have seen her. She managed to throw her dagger right into the training dummy.
Only after she almost hit me.
Aw, you're just disappointed she learned quicker than you.
Sometimes things were rough. I had to witness heartbreak over and over again due to this one member that we always called the Womanizer.
You're the only one for me. I hate to say this, but things just aren't working out. We're through.
I always tried to help the victims of his carnage feel better.
And here I thought I found the one, but no, he just had to go and break my heart like a twig.
I found that the best medicine was to write a song about their struggles. I knew I got it right if they started crying while I performed.
I'm not going to let that trick break my heart anymore.
Inside my heart, all I know is eternal snow. Time and time again, I would write song after song about our members' struggles. Whether it be struggling with leaving behind family members, struggling with their addiction. But the biggest topic that kept coming back was heartbreak. However, I never knew what it felt like to fall in love. That was the one thing the leader never taught me. Leader, this may seem odd, but what does it feel like when you fall in love with someone?
Young lady, you don't need to know that right now. You're a little too young to know that.
Every person I asked in our guild kept saying the same thing.
You'll know when you're older.
You're still a kid, little lady. Wait for that kind of thing, okay?
Don't rush into that sort of thing.
Despite that, I still wanted to know so badly. All I knew was from fairy tales, but falling in love only seemed to be that. A fairy tale. Every relationship in a fairy tale ends with happily ever after, where you find the one you want to spend the rest of your life with, and that you'll always be with them. But almost every relationship I saw in front of me would break apart, or have issues that explode right in the middle of the guild hall. The leader did tell me one thing, though.
If you ever give your heart to someone else, make sure it's your one and only, young lady. If you ever go too far with someone, and they're not the one, you could make a huge mistake.
I never knew what that mistake was. Nor did I ever learn. As one day, I lost everyone.
Excuse me, we're looking for directions. Would you mind opening the door real quick?
Ah, the famous Silver Lilies. An assorted group of former criminals, drug addicts, and who knows what else really. All banding together to try and make the world a better place. Touching, really. Unfortunately, in all your heroism, it seems you managed to tick off the wrong people. Your heads are now demanded by our benefactor, we'll say. So as of this moment, your lives are now forfeit. Enjoy the last moment you have alive while you're breathing. You can try and run if you want, but I don't think you're going to make it very far.
Come on, Aurora. Just hide under here until everything is over. It's going to be okay.
The group came in and took everyone away. I found myself hiding under the stairs. Before I knew it, it was quiet. For the first time. The guild hall was always filled with noise from the other members. But after that, it was scarily quiet. The group's leader talked to me directly.
Aurora, was it? Yes, that's what it was. Why don't you go on and get out of here? You're worthless anyway. There's no life in your eyes. Get out of my sight. And remember this day well. The day you lost everything.
And then I ran away, not knowing where to go. I didn't have a place to belong. No family to call my own anymore. But the leader wanted me to live if she hid me under the stairs while she went to fight with the others. So I'm going to keep living. I'm going to survive. And someday, I'll find my happiness again. I'll find my place to belong. Gales of song guide me through the storm. On the wings of a small, simple melody, words take flight and soar, they carry me. A world will see, looking for a farewell. I pull the threads, a maybe, there's a bright future after all. I wanna become someone who can protect all of you, so I'll keep growing stronger too. A lot has happened since then. I traveled so far, farther than I ever thought I would. I ended up finding my place to belong. In a group of misfits, I ended up making new friends, even a best friend. I have someone who calls me her daughter, and I have someone I'm in love with.